Okay, so we're gonna look at rotations. I included this worksheet here and I asked you to actually print more than one. Right, we got the y-axis, we got the x-axis, and I actually to print more than one worksheet, right? Because there's 6 on a worksheet. What I'm actually gonna do, which is gonna help you maybe just for the beginning, well, no, it's gonna help you. I'd actually use one of these and cut them up. Cut these up, and I wanna have these individual graphs, right, on one of the page. On the other page, you'll be doing the work, but okay, so cut these up into individual graphs and you'll see why we need these individual graphs, right? So you do that with one of the pages. And again, if you're able to hopefully print, you'll have another one we're gonna work with, right? Okay, so we're doing rotations. A rotation is a turn, right? A rotation or rotations means you're gonna be rotating a point or a shape. And the good thing is we're rotating about the origin. The origin is 0, 0, right? So essentially it's like if you put your pen or a needle or something there and we're just gonna rotate, right? We're gonna rotate. All right, now, we have rotations that are clockwise, right? So let's look at that. If we look at clockwise, well, it's the way the clock runs. Like when you look at the clock and you look at the minutes or the second hand, which way does the clock run, right? If we have a clock like this, a big hand and a little hand like this, which way does it move? It moves this way. Clockwise, or the way the clock turns, is this way, like to the right. It turns to the right, like this. Just like when you turn like this. So the time runs this way. Turns what? It turns right. That's clockwise. The direction of the clock is this way. It's going to the right. You're turning in this way. You're rotating it to the right. Or I shouldn't say turns. I should say rotates, right? We're talking about rotations. And then we're also going to see counterclockwise. While counter is like against or the other way around. Counterclockwise is, well, if this one's going this way to the right, then counterclockwise is not going to the right, it's rotating to the what? This way, rotating left. So some of the rotations you're going to do are going to be, right, turning it to the right. So let's say if I have my phone, or clockwise, right? If I have my phone right here and I say turn it clockwise, well, the way the clock runs is this way, to the right. Hey, why did it turn off? To the right. That's clockwise, the way the clock runs like this. That's this one, it's turning to the right, it's rotating to the right. And then if it says counterclockwise, well, not the way the clock goes, the other way. So that's this way, right? That's rotating or turning left. Okay, let's get that out of the way. Okay, so the rotations that you're going to see first are 90-degree rotations. So they're either going to tell you 90 degrees clockwise or 90 degrees counterclockwise. So we know 90 degrees is one of these quadrants, right? Like one of these quadrants is 90 degrees. I'm just gonna bubble in this one. But we know that this whole thing is 90 degrees, and let me just color it in. All right, just for the notes, just so that you see. Oh, can you see that? Right? And if I'm rotating this 90 degrees clockwise, that means that I would put like my needle or my pen or my pencil or something here And I want you to look at where the X is and where the Y is. You can't see the Y, but see, this is the X and the Y. And then now when I rotate it clockwise, 90 degrees is only a quarter turn. So now this quadrant's going to be over here, right? Because it's only going to go 90 degrees. So now it's going to be here. You guys agree? It's kind of hard to see. Let me do that again because, oh gosh, that was a mess. Let me do it again. Sorry, because I have the whole paper here. See, this is your x-axis. This is your y-axis. This is the one that I shaded in. Right? And even if I shade these other ones different colors, it doesn't matter. But the point is, if I'm going 90 degrees clockwise, then this quadrant's going to be over here, right? So it's going to be, I know it's hard to see with my hand there, but maybe like this. And then you go 90 degrees clockwise. That means it's going to be like this now, right? And it's kind of tough to follow. But just remember, see how this was X and this was Y? And then now when you rotate it 90 degrees clockwise and you go like this, now when you look at the axis, now in a way this one becomes your X, right? And this one becomes your Y. So just remember that. Even though we're going to come back and this was our original X and our original Y, but now when I rotate it this way, now it's like this is my positive X and this is my positive Y. Okay? Now what if we're rotating counterclockwise? Again, here's X and here's Y, and now let me shade this in right here. This is this quadrant here, and if I'm only going to rotate 90 degrees, I'm going to go 90 degrees counterclockwise. If I'm going to go 90 degrees, I'm going to go counterclockwise, CCW, 90 degrees counterclockwise. Well, again, I'm not going to go to the right. That's clockwise. I'm going to go what? Wait, let me go right here. I'm going to go 90 degrees this way, right? And now what happens? See how this one was in the top right corner? Right, this quadrant is in the top right corner up here. Now it's going to be over here, right? When I rotate it counterclockwise, it'll be over here. And now what you got to imagine is now this is your new X. Remember, X is always here and Y is over here. Okay, and that's how we're going to be looking at this. All right, and we'll do the rest in the next video.